Hey guys, Magnus here, and this week's been pretty busy with obviously the tapped out stuff, the Walking Dead character profiles, and of course my Walking Dead Season 4, the final season gameplay, but I tried to fit this one in for you anyway. So hey guys, it's Magnus here bringing you another character profile. This time we will be looking at the famous Theodore Douglas, aka T-Dog. T-Dog is of course male. He's played by Irony Singleton? I don't know how you say it, but whatever. He was a college football player before the outbreak. Speaking of before, T-Dog lived in Georgia before the events. T-Dog helped a bunch of old people get refuge using his van, and he was very religious before the apocalypse. He soon, of course, met up with Glenn, and they joined the Atlanta group. In Guts, in Season 1, we see T-Dog, who is racially beaten and abused by Merle Dixon. Merle beats him bad, but Rick of course stops Merle, handcuffing him to the roof. T-Dog watches over Merle and watches Glenn and Rick walk through the streets covered in guts. When the time comes to escape, of course, T-Dog goes, but feels bad leaving Merle, so he decides to try and unlock him, but as he goes to unlock Merle, he falls over, dropping the key down a drain. He of course locks the door behind him and tells Rick and all that about it. When they arrive back at the camp, they of course reveal this to Daryl. Daryl aims his crossbow, well, not then, but Daryl gets mad anyway. They return back to Atlanta to help Merle, and of course they find Merle's hand. This is when Daryl aims his crossbow at T-Dog. Rick of course stops him, and then eventually Glenn is kidnapped by the Vatos. T-Dog goes on sniper duty, and him and the others arrive in the nick of time when the zombies invade. T-Dog then goes to the CDC with the others. He gets drunk, leaves with the others, and when the building explodes, he tries to convince Draki to leave too, but of course she stays, and T-Dog goes on his merry way with all the others. In Season 2, T-Dog cuts his arm on the car door, ouch, causing him to bleed badly. Daryl saves him once again, and T-Dog tells Dale that they are outcasts because he is old and T-Dog is black. Later he arrives at the farm and is patched up by Patricia. T-Dog finds the well walker and helps get it out, but eventually kills it brutally and says this:
"Good thing we didn't do anything stupid like shoot it."
T-Dog helps the others learn to shoot, helps with the walkers that come out of the barn, helps obviously to kill them. He attends the group debate over Randall, Dale's funeral, helps defend the farm when of course the zombies do come. He then leaves with Beth and Laurie and wants to head to the coast, but they eventually convince him to go to the highway where he's reunited with everyone else. He then of course then finds out about what happened with Rick and Shane and all that, and that's pretty much T-Dog in Season 2. He really does not have very much content. And supposedly we were meant to get more from T-Dog in Season 3. Of course, before Season 3 and after Season 2, he's been on the road for months with the others, obviously helping them get by. We see him, of course, clear the house, that one house at the start, and then eventually they arrive at the prison to where he helps clear the prison. He then helps with an injured Herschel getting to safety. He of course raises his gun to Tomas when Tomas obviously is coming into their cell, and he tells them not to come any further. T-Dog tells Oscar and Axel to burn the bodies when Rick gives them their cell block. T-Dog shows sympathy for the prisoners, obviously because Rick wants to just send them on their way, but T-Dog thinks that's pretty much the equivalent of just killing them. And that was pretty good for T-Dog. I quite liked that. And of course, eventually, zombies invade, zombies get in, and T-Dog helps to defend the prison. He goes to, of course, lock a gate where all the zombies are getting in, and as he's locking it with all the noise, he doesn't notice a zombie come up behind him, and this happens. He then goes on with Carol to safety. They go through the prison tunnels and stuff, or the prison corridors, but eventually they get to a dimly lit room with two zombies. It's just him and Carol. They've got no ammo, and T-Dog does the noblest thing ever. He grabs the zombies, pushing them in against the wall, sacrificing himself for Carol. As Carol escapes, he is devoured by walkers. And then later on, Rick and the others find his remains. T-Dog was a minor character, but he was a gentle and kind guy. It was a shame we didn't get more screen time, as I found him quite interesting, and I did want them to explore him a little bit more, because I think there was quite a lot of potential there. But the show wanted to show other characters, which is fair enough. I mean, some of the other characters were pretty good. Maybe less Andre and more T-Dog would have been pretty good. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was pretty short, but like although T-Dog was there for 3 seasons and we all remember him, he really just did not do much. He was just in the background, and it's just a shame, really. But I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. Please tell me your thoughts on T-Dog and what character you want to see next. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.